They like trap music, but that's not me. They like pop music, but that's not me. I'm the baby face that will put you in your place, set you up, take it safe, then vanish without a trace. They like Balenciaga, but that's not me. They like Dolce & Gabbana, but that's not me. I'm the baby face that will put you in your place, take your girl to your face.
The next topic we're going to discuss on Boxing Bros is Teofimo Lopez. So Teofimo Lopez admits that his relationship with Top Rank is soured after Todd DuBoef sent that email, and he wants out. He doesn't want to be with Top Rank. And Eddie Hearn confirms that the email was sent. But what are your thoughts? All right, so give me a second. All right, so here we go. Teofimo Lopez was on the Ark and Barack show, and here's what he got.
You're referring to the supposed email from Todd DuBoef that went over to DAZN. I don't know this to be true, but Carpenter talked about it, and it's been circulating around the boxing world that he sent an email out, advising DAZN not to bid on your particular fight. Now, when you heard that news, how upset were you? And was that the straw that broke the camel's back?
There's a lot of things to it. Todd DuBoef is someone that obviously whenever the time is for Bob Arum, Todd DuBoef will be the next representative or the next rep for Top Rank. And I would say, I try to be as cordial and as polite as I could to him as possible. But when someone is bragging about that they're trying to stop you from getting purse bids, and they're bragging to every other network and talking about, I want to teach this kid a lesson, of course you're going to feel some type of way. I thought this is more than just business, not personal. And now it's gotten to the point where
personal.
I think it's not personal, but it went back on him now because who's the guy that represents not Jimmy Pitaro, but the other guy, I think Matt. But anyways, moving forward from that. From ESPN, they don't want nothing to do with Todd DuBoef now. You know what I mean? And that's on him. Like ESPN knows my relationship with them and how much I love them and the platform. And of course they're upset. They're disappointed in Todd DuBoef and Top Rank. This is what happens, man. I look at it like this. I know what I'm worth. As long as if they could have treated us with respect, and they could have done those things properly like they should have as a business, then we wouldn't be in the situation right now. But honestly, God got better plans for me, and it's going towards Triller.
All right, so those were the comments from Teofimo Lopez. Here's an article from World Boxing News where Eddie Hearn confirms. And this was Eddie Hearn on the Ark and Barack show. And it says the proposed undisputed heavyweight clash between Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury was recently threatened by a purse bid row. Matchroom boss Eddie Hearn has revealed Top Rank's Todd DuBoef sent an email on the eve of the Teofimo Lopez versus George Kambosos Jr. rights auction. Hearn was roundly criticized by Top Rank chair Bob Arum and labeled a loser for offering over $3 million to stage the fight. Rumors the move by Hearn could have halted negotiations for the undisputed clash between Fury and Joshua began. Speaking to Ark and Barack on Sirius XM radio, the Essex man confirmed this was the case as the situation became toxic. Arum has since cleared up that the process will not affect ongoing talks, though. Here are the best bits from Hearn's interview that you can hear in full on Sirius XM or DAZN. And I just want to give a shout out to Ark and Barack, and you should check them out. They had some really good interviews on this week. So heavyweight trouble. This is Eddie Hearn speaking to Ark and Barack. Todd DuBoef's email was bad form and bad practice. Was it illegal? That's for a judge to decide. You already know. I already broke it down for you in a prior video. You can check that out. We felt the pressure, Bob Arum, both publicly and privately to not bid. We felt the pressure from Bob Arum, both publicly and privately, to not bid on the Lopez Kambosos. That was bad form. In the end, I wouldn't have bid if DAZN didn't want me to bid, but we would have loved to have had that fight on DAZN. What a great situation for Tio and George to have Triller bid as much as they did. Good to Tio for making the money that he will fight, that he will for this fight. It's a new world now. Promoters work for the fighters now, not vice versa. It's toxic that the biggest fight in the world could fall through because of a purse bid. You have to respect Bob for speaking his mind, but his fighters' relationships are getting worse and worse. I don't think this will affect Fury AJ. So that's what Eddie Hearn had to say about the situation. So there you have it. Teofimo Lopez says he wants out with Top Rank. He's in based on this, it's sour. He's ready to move on to a new promoter and start fighting for Triller. And you have Eddie Hearn confirming that the email was sent, the email was received. And so for some people who get in their feelings and compared us to other people who do videos on YouTube saying that we were provided inaccurate information, how you feel now? All right, so Trill Dollar Bill, what's your thoughts on all that?
Disgust. Everybody know how I feel. I've always stated how I feel about boxers being given their just due. Todd doing too much. It was business. Todd made it personal. Like it was business when y'all were trying to negotiate the purse bid. That's business. Becomes personal when you're talking about trying to blackball and saying you want to teach a kid a lesson, and it gets personal when you trying to stop a guy from being able to take and provide for his family. It's not business no more. It's personal then. I agree with everything. How Teofimo Lopez, how he must feel. And then seeing that, he must feel hurt. Like you feel like you built a relationship with certain people. Have them in your home. You went out to eat with these people. You broke bread with these people. You feel like you have a certain rapport with these people. Okay, they couldn't give you what you want, but don't stop me from getting it somewhere else. You know what I'm saying? That's not how it was supposed to be. You said, like, I remember one time he said they had a wonderful relationship. That's not what it is. Like, if you're with your peoples, my peoples is never going to stop. If I'm sitting here, right, G, we sit here, you got something, right? And you be like, yo, I can pay you, $100 to do this, man. But I was like, yo, this person could pay me $1,000. You gonna get mad at me for getting $1,000? No. You might go get that money. I'll see you when you come back around. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do when you have a great relationship with somebody, or a civil one. Like this was how they did Teofimo Lopez was dirty, and I called it out before. They just doing dirty business, and Eddie Hearn is quick to swoop right in there. Yep, they send it. Yep, they sent it. I still got it right here. You know what I'm saying? So if you're done with them, you got a home with me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at Teofimo Lopez at all.
Eddie Hearn over there playing Mario right now. You enjoy being hurt.
I got you. You know what I'm saying? You sick and tired of your promoter stopping purse bids? Come over here.
Come to matchroom.
We got you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I'm not mad at Teofimo Lopez at all. Get your money, young man. Because like I said before, and I'll keep saying it on this air, I was so sick of fighters not being compensated for the damage that these young men were taking in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I was sick and tired of that. And like Eddie Hearn said at the end, it's a new day. The promoters now work for the boxers, not the other way around.
All right, Slippery G.
Yeah, I like everything that Eddie was saying, man. I have to say Eddie's a smooth operator. Because I was gonna be like, Eddie's complicit in this, but he's like, yo, listen, I got the email, but I ain't want no parts of this, man. Matter of fact, Tio, we would love to have you on the zone. I'm like, yo, salute to you, Eddie. That was a smart move. But with this whole situation, me personally, I think Todd, what's his name? DuBoef?
Yeah,
he needs to step down. Yeah, he needs to step down. And the reason why is because, you know, a lot of major corporations go through this, where an email or some type of memorandum gets exposed to the public and people see like, oh, wow, they doing some like in-house trading, they're doing some type of corruption and discriminating, they're doing whatever, right? And so I get it. Like, I understand why Todd actually did this. And then me personally, I think it's bigger than just T.O. It's the system altogether. Like, the moment fighters can now just, you know, hustle their way into bigger purses, then promoters might become obsolete, right? Because now it is true. It's like, it's no longer the promoters that have a hold on the game. The old boys club is now over with. So now it's the boxers first, promoters and networks second. You know what I'm saying? And so to prevent that, you want to maintain those relationships. So he's hitting people up on the zone, like, yo, y'all really gonna do this show? Like, come on, son. Like, what happened to scratch my back? Scratch yours. And you know, certain people are down for that because they understand in the long run, like the long-term goal is for them to maintain power over the boxers. The problem is, though, now we got like places like Triller and other things, and not to mention like, you know, DAZN and ESPN, they want each other's boxers and everything. So there's no loyalty now in the old boys club, you know? And so because of that, it benefits fighters like Teofimo. But I'll say this, if Todd does not step down, then I think T.O. has a good argument, and not to mention other ESPN fighters should be like, yo, I want out. You know what I mean? Like, if you could allow a guy like that managing Top Rank, I don't want no parts, you know? And so this is bad for business. So he's going to have to probably just resign, you know what I mean? And it just is what it is, man. But Teofimo, I'm proud of you. Keep doing your thing, you know what I'm saying? Hopefully, when you leave, Eddie could get you that bag that you're looking for.
So a few things. I'll start off by responding to what G said. You know, I don't want to make...
Oh, Ned didn't go.
Oh, my bad. All right, go ahead, Ned. Sorry, I apologize.
I just want to say, I saw this coming like a Joyce punch. And...
Yo, Joyce, I just want to say I am not backing this at all.
Yeah, I'm not co-signing.
If you come to the UK, if you come face to face with Ned, I may turn my back.
Bro.
It's all love, Brad. You know what I'm
love, Brad. You know, it's all love. You know, I still love you. Like, yeah. But yo, Tio, man, you know, I don't know what's going on over there at Top Ranking ESPN. Yo, it's just a whole lot of fumbling right now. It's a whole lot of miscommunication, a whole lot of bad energy on that side, and everybody's about. I feel it, like a lot of fighters about to jump ship. A lot of their good fighters are about to jump ship, with the way they're mismanaging their fighters. But you know, I saw this coming. I saw Eddie getting his hands on Tio. I predicted. I felt it. I don't know if I said it on the last time I spoke about this, but I knew Eddie was gonna get his hands around it. And Eddie, you know, he does. It's the handshake deal. He saw when we posted when we talked about him, he was like, "Yo, I want that fight with Devin Haney for a $1.5, whatever." I was like, that's where you know he's negotiating without his promoters, without his party. So I was just like, Eddie, a smooth operator, and I respect it, man. So keep doing your thing, yo. And G, I also want to say, I like how you become fond of Eddie because you didn't speak too kindly of him earlier in your earlier when Eddie.
Yeah, earlier when Boxing Bros started, yeah.
So
listen, man, listen. I give credit where credit's due. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
All right, so check it out. Respond to something that G said. I don't want to make the promoters out to be such a bad thing. If they do their job correctly, they're actually good for the sport. So imagine a fighter who is fighting, right? look at it like this way. This is the best way I can break it down. As a new artist, you may have good music, but you don't have the resources to put it out. You don't have the resources to get studio time. You don't have the resources to promote the album. You don't have the resources to reach the people you need to reach to become a superstar, right? So who does that for you? The label. The label does that for you. That's why it's important to get the label. The promoters play the role of a label for a fighter. So you get a fighter who may have talent, but they don't have the money. They don't have the money, the resources to pay to promote themselves, to book venues, to do certain. They don't have all that. So the promoter takes on all that in the beginning, right? The promoter does that. If it's a prospect who's really good, like, go train, don't work. We got you. Like, we'll cover all the costs until you blow up. Then we'll recoup. So don't say like promoters like obsolete, because that could actually hurt boxing. Because Teofimo Lopez is in the position that he's in, like it or not, because Bob Arum promoted him. Bob Arum invested in him. Bob Arum's the one who put him in the ring with Vasily Lomachenko because he was in his stable. Bob could have said, you know what, forget it. I'm going to give Ryan Garcia a shot. No, forget it. I'm going to give Devin Haney the shot. No, forget it. I'm going to give someone else the shot. He gave Teo the shot. Teo is who he is because Bob Arum threw him in the ring with his number one guy. He could have given anyone the shot, but he gave it to Teo. So I don't want it to be like, oh, Bob is, promoters are bad. No, what Bob did was wrong. But understand, Teofimo Lopez is the star because Arum got him to that point. And see, this is why they call Arum the star maker. He'll make the star. He knows how to make the star. He knows how to do it. He'll get you to that point. But this is why fighters leave Arum, because he'll do stuff like this to try to hold them back. See, he wants to contain the star. He wants to control the star. He doesn't allow the star to shine as brightly as it can. And that's what hurts Bob Arum. So when you look at Teofimo Lopez, keep in mind that he's the star he is today because Bob Arum made him that star. He got that purse bid from Triller came from all the hard work that Bob Arum did on the back end. So let's not forget that. Now, my man Tube Fatty, and shout out to my man Tube Fatty. We debate sometimes in the comment section, but he's always respectful. He never disrespects anyone. He just makes his points, although I don't agree with his points, but I respect the fact that he makes them. And sometimes he just chimes in and makes comments. He said, so salute to my man Tube Fatty. I appreciate you, man. You're one of my favorite commenters in the comment section because you always come with, some good stuff. But he said, can Bob Arum waive fiduciary duty? You can't waive fiduciary duty. That's mandatory. Like, there's some things you can't waive contractually, right? So you're about to buy a house. You hire someone to inspect the house. The inspector's supposed to inspect the house and tell you everything they find that's wrong with the house because you hired them and they're investigating the house for you. Now, if the person who owns the house comes like, yo, I'm gonna slide you a little something, don't tell them about that mold. And they take it and then tell you the house is good, that's a violation of their fiduciary duty because they're supposed to be working for you. They're supposed to be doing what's in the best interest of you. They're supposed to be telling you everything, right? You hired them to protect you. And they use their position that they got, the trust they got from you, right? Their position that you instilled in them that they're gonna work in your best interest. In your best interest, they took advantage of that to take money from someone else and then lie to you and put you in a bad position. That's essentially what Bob Arum did to Teofimo Lopez. Because Teofimo Lopez is like, I'm hiring you to be my promoter to look out for my best interest. And so what Bob did was, okay, I got Teo. I'm supposed to try to get him the most amount of money. but I got this partnership with ESPN. It would really help my partnership with ESPN if I can make Teo fight for this little bit of money.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna try to make Teo fight for this little bit of money to help my partnership with ESPN when it ain't got nothing to do with Teo. So he's trying to help himself by using Teo and hurting Teo in the process. So to stop the purse bid would help Bob, his relationship with ESPN, and it wouldn't benefit Teo because he wouldn't make the maximum amount of money. So you got to understand that is where Bob breached his fiduciary duty. Fiduciary duty can't be waived because it's the very purpose for which you are employed, to act in the best interest of the person. So you can never waive fiduciary duty. It's not an option. If you're hired to do something for someone, if you're hired because to work for someone and they have to trust what you say, you have to do what's in the best interest of that person because it's the sole purpose of the contract. So now you go to the Top Rank email. Clear breach. That's why you heard Eddie Hearn say, well, is it illegal? I'm going to let a judge decide. You know it's illegal, Eddie. That's Eddie doing a slick talk. He's slick talking. You know what I'm saying? You know it's illegal. You know you can't be like, DAZN, don't bid on this. And DAZN still bid. And I'm going to tell you why they bid. Because DAZN had their own interests in mind.
Mm-hmm.
See, there's a May 8th date where Canelo is fighting Billy Joe Saunders and Josh Taylor and Ramirez were going to fight on that same day. Yep. And the reason why that's huge is because they were going to split the baby. If you know where that phrase comes from, you know where that phrase comes from. I'm not getting biblical here, but they go split the baby. You know what I'm saying? And so it was going to be difficult because Josh Taylor got a lot of fans in the UK. So does Billy Joe Saunders. Now you're going to have this, you're going to have people missing. Somebody got to miss something. Or it's going to inconvenience everyone because it's like, I got to record one, stay up, try not to hear about the other. So what they said was, okay, we'll go real low on this purse bid if you move the fight for Undisputed at 140 to another date. So that's what they did. And then DAZN put in a $3 million offer because you can't tell me they don't have more money than $3 million. They've been throwing away more money than that to all fighters for fights that aren't even as big as this one. So don't tell me all they had was $3 million. So what they did was make a low ball offer and then try to front to cover their tracks like it didn't play a part. In their offer, it didn't play a part in what they did. And oh yeah, by the way, Bob is mad at us for bidding on this. Like, come on, man, stop it. You know what it was? It was quid pro quo. They told you not to bid. You agreed that you wouldn't win the bid. If they moved the fight date, they moved the fight date. You put in a low ball bid. None of y'all expect Triller to come with that monster bid, though. You know, so or maybe Eddie did snake him. Maybe Bob is really mad because Bob thought they had a deal. He really moved the fight date, and then Eddie still came in with a $3 million bid that was higher than his. So maybe there was some effery on a handshake deal. See, this we're talking about, them handshake deals. Maybe that handshake deal was Hearn trying to weasel Bob. So you never really know. In the end, they were all complicit. In the end, we reported this like we did, and you heard Ak and Barack saying like, the boxing world, we reported it, and people said whatever they said, like we was lying, but now you see, it's the truth. So whatever, they've been being shady. It's time for all these promoters to take note. You work for the fighter. You work for the fighter. You can make him a star, but even when you make him a star, you still work for the fighter. And that's that.
Eddie's thinking ahead, bro. Even I was just charming into what you said. Eddie is definitely thinking ahead. So it was like, get into Teofimo Lopez's good graces now. If Josh Taylor gets past Ramirez, then he can set up that fight. He already has the two guys already over there. He has Josh Taylor. He has Josh Taylor, and he'll have Teofimo Lopez, man. Eddie Hearn over there playing chess, not checkers.
Yo, and also, I wasn't saying to do away with the promoters. I was saying the corruption behind the boxing promoting, that has to end. You know what I'm saying? So I didn't want to make it seem like I'm saying, yo, we're done with all the promoters. Like, nah, obviously we need the promoters. You know what I'm saying? But look at Triller, like Triller's like Koch Records. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a new you want to go independent, holla at your boy. You know what I'm saying? So they provided that independent bag, you know?
I understand what you're saying. I was just clarifying because, you know, like, unfortunately with us, I don't know, we forget to say one thing. I say goalkeeper instead of goal scorer, and then I get ripped in over like little So I was just trying to help you out. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want the bigger brigade to come like killing you. So you know.
Gee, you can't be hating on ESPN, son.
Let us know how you feel. You go great. Like and subscribe. Let us know how you feel in the conversation. Check us out on Instagram and Twitter. And please check out our podcast on all major streaming services. We are the Boxing Bros.
Pressing the buttons all hard. You know what I'm saying?
Mix up the outro.